Would you ever try to put together a jigsaw puzzle without the picture? Probably not. You probably should not be going into retirement without a plan as well. So coming to you today to discuss what are the key components of a retirement plan? What should you be focused on with a comprehensive plan? What are the factors that are determining when and how you retire, whether it's being forced or on your own terms? And ultimately, what can you control when it comes to the planning process? So I'm Andrew Toccaceli, Senior Vice President here at W.A. Smith Financial Group. I'll be your guide today, but we're gonna do things a little different here. In order to answer some of those questions that I mentioned earlier, I've compiled some videos from our CEO's network TV show, Retirement Solutions, where he does what we call money boards, explaining some of these key topics that you all want to learn about here today. So I've compiled some videos. We're going to jump right in.
Welcome to today's money board. Yeah, we've talked about this so many times. We talked about the red light, the yellow light, and the green light. And what does that really mean? When somebody comes in and goes through our process, very simply, we want to tell you right out of the gates, are you okay? Will you be okay if you develop this plan, and what should you be looking for? So when you come in and sit down with one of my advisors, they're going to give you this red light, yellow light, green light. Now, let's talk about what does that really mean at the end of the day? Well, when you think of a comprehensive financial plan, here's how I want you to think. I want you to think like a well-built home where we have a really solid foundation, and that's your income, whether it's coming from your portfolio, Social Security, pensions, a business, real estate. Wherever it is, the foundation is always income. And the number one thing we look for with the income and the foundation is how can the tax piece of the plan play more of a role in the foundation. Again, that's part of having that comprehensive plan. So income plan, healthcare, whether you turn Medicare age, you're bridging the gap to Medicare, or whatever your situation is, whether maybe it's a long-term illness, we need to have a plan there on when that and if that happens, how will you pay for it? A comprehensive tax plan, again, whether you're an individual or a business owner, our process can help you build this comprehensive plan. And then finally, let's call it legacy. I like that better. In fact, I think we're going to update that. Sarah, let's update that. Instead of estate plan, we're going to call it legacy plan. The roof, and by the way, the investments of the walls, the roof is your written plan. So at the end of the day, the red light, green light, yellow light is essentially given to you when we look at your income needs and the overall picture and say, boom, you got a green light, you could retire, because the key to retirement is having the income that you need without the fear of running out or risks of running out. Now, certainly there's some risks we address here, but that's why you want to come in and get a hold of it. It's called our Ascend 360 process. Developed and refined over the past 27 years, 4 simple steps. Imagine trying to put a jigsaw puzzle together without the picture. Pretty tough to do, can be done, but certainly hard to do. So that first step of the process is called discover. And when you come in, what that step does is help paint that picture so that we can help you put the pieces of that jigsaw puzzle together in the plan. Step 2 is analyze those results and begin to develop strategies in those 5 key areas. Step number 3 is implementation. And then step number 4, the fourth and final step, is we always focus on what matters to you most and what you can control. As life changes and as life unfolds, our plan will evolve, which is the final step, is evolve. Again, get it, come in, get the red light, green light, yellow light, easy to do. All you got to do is give me a call, 800-878-6223, or visit me online, wasmithfinancial.com. Welcome to today's Money Board. Robin and I were talking a lot about, kind of what our ideal client looks like in our process. What is Ascend 360? What does that look like? I want to share a little bit more with you in terms of what I've witnessed over the years and what I would call a behavior gap. And there was a book written on behavior gap, and there are these simple illustrations that can show you behavior gap. I'd get the book, it's pretty cool. I can't say the author off the top of my head, but it's called Behavior Gap, really good. Let's talk about what matters to you most versus what you can control. First of all, again, this is not just what I'm saying, it's what I'm saying as well as what I've witnessed from all of our clients over the years and the hundreds and hundreds of interviews and plans that we've put together over the years. So when you think about it, most people, they make decisions around what matters, okay? So what matters to you? Well, I would argue that the majority of people, the reason they come in, the reason they want a financial plan, the reason that they make any good, smart decisions is when it comes to money, right? Or they're motivated to put a plan in place, it's around family, number one. Whether it's your spouse, your children, your grandchildren, and whatever it is, you're there for your family and your family's well-being, right? Number two, occupation. You know, this is a big one because some people, we have two types of people, clients, I would say. Number one, those who want to retire and never work. And then we have those who actually love to work. They love it so much they don't feel like they've ever worked a day in their life, but they want to get to that place where they are work optional, meaning, hey, if I want to work this week, I'll work. If I don't, I won't. A work optional lifestyle. So occupation is really important. They're coming in to develop a plan because they want their occupation's tied to it. That's how they drive their income, right? And then lastly is recreation. Most people want to do things. They have bucket lists, right? Things you want to do more when you retire. This is what matters to you. But the problem is a lot of people kind of get the cart in front of the horse. They come in and go, oh no, money matters. Well, money is important, but money is just the tool or the vehicle to help get you these things that you want. So I talked about the behavior gap. When you think about it, what can we control? Well, number one, you can control the philosophy that you engage, right? Our philosophy when it comes to planning is develop a comprehensive plan, protect the amount of money that you need to protect, grow the amount of money, address the risks that you're going to face that could impact these things over here, right? And planning is the development of a plan in income, investment, tax, healthcare, and estate, legacy. And so what gets in the way, this is a behavior gap where if you don't have discipline, a philosophy in place, then you tend to get off track by headline news, and then you focus on making bad decisions with buying and selling of equities or stocks at the right and wrong time. So our process, as I mentioned it many times, Ascend 360, is designed to stand smack dab in the middle of what matters to you most and what you can control, to fill those gaps, to put the pieces of your puzzle together. The first step of the process is a meeting, right? Let's build that comprehensive plan. I've talked about the financial house, really important. It's a complimentary meeting. Step number one is discovery. Call me, get it, 800-878-6223, or like most people do, go online, wasmithfinancial.com. Welcome to today's Money Board. I get asked this question a lot. Our advisors get asked this question a lot. And that is, what are the factors that influence maybe when I retire, or at what age, and when can I retire? So we're going to walk you through a pretty, what I would call simple matrix that we see when it comes to determining your retirement age. So there's four categories. Number one, you're going to be able to, you'll retire by necessity. means you have to, right? Whether that's losing a job or what have you. The second one is work by necessity. So you work because you have to. And probably the more attractive options that I think most of you are going to want is retirement by choice, or lastly, work by choice. But what's really important to understand, there's some limiting factors that can come into play. The key to these limiting factors is the quality of the underlying plan that you've built for your financial plan. The first limiting factor is your health. Are you healthy enough to work? Yes or no? Right? So if the answer is yes, then the next question is, are you financially prepared to retire? Pretty important, right? If you're not healthy enough to work, the answer is no, you got to retire. Question is, will your retirement be what you want? Again, the key to all of this is the underlying plan that puts you in the driver's seat to be in control of these decisions. The second limiting factor, when it gets right down to it, is financial. And the question is, are you financially prepared? So the question we get a lot of times, and as we alluded to on the show today, is, will I have to change my lifestyle? Will we have enough? Will it last? So these are financial questions that are concerns. Again, the key to success here is the plan. And you are in control of this. You get to make this decision. Do you want a comprehensive plan or not? So let's look at these, this limiting factor, if you will. So if you are prepared financially to retire, the answer is yes. Then do you want to retire? Because what we found is that ultimately you want to be in a driver's seat to have that work optional lifestyle. Whether you want to work because it gives you purpose, or whether you want to retire and have recreation, more time with the grandkids, what have you. If the answer is no, I'm not prepared financially, then you need to continue working and building the plan. Bottom line, these are the outcomes, and you're in control. When you come in, our team has developed and refined a process that will deliver to you a plan ultimately. The written plan's a lot like a house. The roof is the plan. The walls are the investment strategy. Foundation is income. You got healthcare, tax, and estate. When you sit down in that very first meeting with one of our advisors, we're going to tell you one of three things. Red light, don't do it. Yellow light, maybe, do these things. Green light, go. It's your retirement. It's your choice. You get to make the decision. Going to make it easy for you, though. Simply call me. 800-878-6223, or you can visit me at wasmithfinancial.com. Get a hold of our Retirement Tune-Up Financial Review. It could help you go to the next level.